Stoughton is now in session. The Honorable Scott Dirks presiding.
Please be seated. Okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Scott Dirks, and I'm the municipal judge for the city of Stoughton and the towns of Dunkirk, Pleasant Springs, and Rutland. The city of Stoughton will appear in all matters this evening by Attorney Isaac Brodke. He's the city attorney. Before I begin calling cases, I want to go over some of the procedures we'll follow tonight and some of your rights as defendants. These procedures are also set forth on the form that was made available to you before you entered the courtroom. First, this hearing is for initial appearances on the citations you received. This is not the time for a trial or telling me your side of the story. When your case is called, please come up to the podium here. And remember to speak clearly. These proceedings are being recorded, so you need to answer questions verbally and not by just nodding your head or shaking it. Tonight, I'll ask you to enter a plea to the citation you were issued. Your plea options are not guilty, no contest, or guilty. A plea of no contest means that while you do not admit doing anything unlawful, you do not wish to contest the matter. A plea of guilty means you admit you did whatever it is you are charged with. In either case, guilty or no contest, I will find you guilty. I will then review the facts of your case and impose a forfeiture. A forfeiture is a money penalty that can be from $20 to $10,000, though the vast majority will be in the range of $50 to $200. I am also required to impose court costs, which will increase the total amount you must pay. I will automatically give you 30 days to pay your forfeiture. If you think you will need more time than that, please let me know right away, and we'll set up a payment plan. Failure to timely pay your forfeiture can result in suspension of your driver's license or referring the matter for debt collection. If you plead not guilty, I will schedule your case for a pretrial conference with the city attorney, and at that time you can discuss your case with him and see if your case can be resolved without a trial. It may also be that he can make an offer to you right away this evening that might resolve the case. If it can't be resolved, I'll schedule the matter for trial. You do have the right to have an attorney represent you in your case, but you must retain that attorney on your own. The public defender's office will not represent you. You also have the right to ask me for a continuance of your case if you need to consult with an attorney or for some other reason. Those of you who are charged with operating while intoxicated or a related offense have the right to a jury trial in circuit court in Madison. However, you must post jury fees within 10 days of the date of your plea. Trials on all other offenses will be heard by me. You will have the right to appeal any decision I make in your case. Those of you who are charged with a traffic offense should bear in mind that in addition to having to pay a forfeiture if found guilty, the Division of Motor Vehicles may also impose demerit points against your license. If 12 or more points are assessed against your license in any 12-month period, your driving privileges will be suspended for a period of time. And if you hold a probationary license, those points may be doubled. Finally, if your address changes at any time while your case is pending, you must notify the court in writing within 5 days of such a change. And I'll call the first case, which is Savannah Shanklin. Ms. Shanklin, your last name is spelled Shankklin?
Yes.
And you still live on Croft Road in Evansville?
No, my address changed.
Okay, what is it now?
404 East Beloit Street, Orfordville, Wisconsin.
Can you give that to us a little bit slower, please?
Sorry. 404 East Beloit Street, Orfordville, Wisconsin.
Great, thank you. You're charged with unsafe backing of a vehicle. Do you understand what that means? Is that a yes?
Sorry, yes.
Okay. Mr. Brodkey, does the city have a position at this point?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Shanklin, how do you plead then?
Not guilty.
That's fine. We'll set the matter for a final pretrial conference on July 17th. You can do that by phone.
Okay.
At that time, when we'll give you a time for that, you should call Mr. Brodkey to discuss your case with him.
Okay.
And this goes for everybody else. If you do have a pretrial set for you and you do not make that phone call, the city will assume, and I will assume, that you no longer wish to contest the matter, and then when it's next called, you'll be found guilty. So it's important that you make that phone call as scheduled. Do we have a? Okay. Sit tight.
Okay.
No, I mean, stand tight, okay?
I thought you meant sit.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
So you've got a date and time there?
Yeah, July 17th at 4 p.m.
Okay, very good. That's all for tonight.
Phone number is on the back.
Oh, yeah, the phone number's on the back.
Okay.
Okay, now you can go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yolanda Sane. And I want to make sure I've got it right. It's Yolanda?
Correct, yep,
And your last name is spelled Sain?
yep,
And you still live on Jackson Street in Stoughton?
yes,
Ms. Sane, you're charged with retail theft. Do you understand what that means?
yes, I do,
I'm sorry?
yes.
Does the city have a position? I guess the first question is, was there any request for restitution that the city knows of?
Your Honor, I'm scanning through the report. Let me just double check to see
Sure.
the restitution thing.
They usually handle their own
Okay.
restitution.
Your Honor, just looking through it, it's possible that there's restitution requested, but I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Does the city have a position at this point?
Your Honor, not before the defendant pleads, I guess.
Okay. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
Okay. Then we'll set the matter for a pretrial conference. And you heard what I said about making that phone call on
Mhm.
time. Okay. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Ms. Sane, you've got a date and time to call Mr. Brodkey there, right?
Yes,
It might be on the back.
nope, it's right here, July 17th at 4:10 p.m.
Okay. That'll be it for tonight then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ruthanna Seidel. Did I pronounce your name correctly, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, so if you want to email me something, you can. you want to put that
PDF
before
that I
the
have
call?
labeled for her comes up as Scott Schaefer.
And this is actually a cell phone, so you don't want to take pictures.
PD was sent to the community, did not check each one
Yeah,
individually.
well, why don't you hold on to what you have? Just
They
so we.
came to my house for $5. So,
Okay, so this is just.
Okay,
and I got
well,
proof that I paid for it.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't have a copy of your citation in front of me, but,
Literally for $5.
I have it if you want it.
Oh.
well, let me make sure, is the way your name is spelled on the citation, is that the correct spelling?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And is the address current?
and then you'll just call
Yes.
me.
You
Okay.
call me at that time.
You're charged with operating motor vehicle in excess of the posted speed limit by 15 miles per hour over the posted limit. You're also charged with operating motor vehicle while not wearing a seat belt. Do you understand the nature of those charges?
Yes.
And does the city have an offer for Ms. Seidel? I'm
Your Honor,
guessing you don't have a copy of her
I-
driving
Our
record.
I-
driving record is
And-
on that report, it's just not the citations. If you
Could
go
I just
further,
see the citation? Thank you.
pages down, they must have, I can give you the citations if you want
So,
them.
failure to deficiency.
Oh, yeah, I see that, okay.
Okay, and then driving.
Citation.
That's okay.
So, Your Honor, without looking at the details for the failure to fashion seatbelt, I think that the city, I think that the city, regardless, would be open to amending the citation to 1 to 10 miles per hour over, carrying a 3-point deduction and $98.80 forfeiture, and then to dismiss the failure to fasten seatbelt.
Do you understand that offer, ma'am?
Yes.
And how do you plead then?
So if I want to take that offer, I say guilty?
Or no contest, either one.
Okay, guilty.
Okay. I will amend the citation as moved by the city. I will impose a forfeiture and cost of $98.80. I'll give you 30 days to pay that. Do you need more time than that, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Could you repeat what it was amended
Sorry.
to?
It's amended to speeding by 9 over.
Yeah, 1 to 10, so yeah,
Right.
9 marks, yeah.
Thank you.
9 over for 98.80, and then I'm dismissing, if I didn't already, I'll dismiss the seatbelt violation.
I assume that you don't know where your seatbelt
So we'll get you.
I do, but I wasn't done. I had just left my house, so.
We'll get you a copy of the judgment here in just a minute, and then you can go.
Okay.
Your Honor, a point of clarification. If I have a question for the defendant before issuing the city's position, would it be okay if we just had a brief sidebar? And
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, just let me know.
Okay.
All right,
good.
you can go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Henry Beck.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Beck, is your last name spelled B-E-C-K?
Yes.
And do you still live on County Road K in Middleton?
Yes, sir.
And you are charged with failure to keep a vehicle under control. Do you understand the nature of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And does the city have an offer for the defendant?
Your Honor, the city at this time does not have an amendment to offer.
Okay. Mr. Beck, how do you want to plead?
No contest.
All right. Give me just a minute here so I can review the facts. Sounds like you're lucky you're alive.
It was raining very hard, sir.
Okay. I will find you guilty, and I'll impose a forfeiture and costs totaling $136.60. Do you need more than 30 days to pay that?
I'm gonna pay it tonight, sir.
Okay, sounds good. We'll give you a copy of the judgment, and then you can go.
How many points, or is that still up?
4.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Faim Hysani. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did very well.
Thank you. And which of you is the defendant?
My husband, sir.
Okay. Do you speak English okay?
No, he's been here for 3 months, so.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. What language do you speak, sir?
Albanian.
Do we have an Albanian interpreter?
And since you would be the interpreter for him, if you're willing to accept that, that's what you told me when you
Okay.
first came in. I don't see Albanian. on
Sure.
it, but
Mr. Hysani, we do not have an Albanian English interpreter available tonight. I've just been told that your wife is willing to interpret for you for this proceeding. Are you okay with that? Okay, do you understand everything that's going on here? All right. If there is any point where you do not understand, please let me know. Okay? All right. And is your last name spelled Hyseni?
Yes.
And your first name Feim?
Yes.
And do you still live on Jackson Street in Stoughton?
Yes.
All right. You're charged with failure to stop at a posted stop sign. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Does the city have an offer available for the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hysani, how do you wish to plead?
No contest. No contest.
No contest. No contest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that by pleading no contest, I must find you guilty?
Ai kupton që edhe pse ke bërë no contest më të bëj guilty ke po.
Yes.
And do you understand that I will have to impose a forfeiture?
Tanë kam të kacu ke sa kemi paguar tek.
Yes.
Do you also understand that this is a 3-point violation? The Department of Motor Vehicles will order 3 demerit points against your license. Do you understand
Kupton
that?
që trapoj na që ti kanë hek, që ti asë.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the city have any position with respect to the forfeiture?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Reviewing the police report, Mr. Hysani, how long have you been in Wisconsin now?
Që sa kjo në Amerikë, Wisconsin?
3 months. So.
Okay.
1 and 2, 4. Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand? I'm sorry if this sounds bad, but do you understand what the stop sign means?
Yes, I understand. Our
Talk, I'll explain. He's like, yeah, he understands, and he's still learning the roads, and the stop sign was kind of hidden by the where he got stopped, so he didn't see it, and it was dark, so.
Okay. Given all of that, and as far as I can tell, you do not have any prior offenses.
No, sir.
I will impose a forfeiture of $98.80. I will give you 30 days to pay that. Do you need more time than that?
No, 30 days is fine.
Okay. And we'll give you a copy of the judgment, and then you're free to go.
Thank you very much. ¿Cuánto que pueden tirar? Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Brian Kachlik, did I pronounce that correctly?
It is correct, sir.
All right, great, thank you. Let me just pull your case up here. Mr. Kachlik, is your last name spelled Kachlic?
Yes, sir.
And do you still live on Pine Haven Road in Albany?
I do, sir.
Okay. You're charged with failure to yield to a pedestrian, bicyclist, or EPMAD. Do you understand what that means?
I do, sir.
And is the city prepared to tender an offer to the defendant?
No, the city is not going to tender an offer.
Okay. Mr. Kachlik, how do you wish to plead tonight?
Number 2, no contest, sir.
Okay. You understand that I'll find you guilty?
I do.
All right. Does the city have any position with respect to the forfeiture?
Your Honor, I see the forfeiture at $98.80. I think that that's fair.
All right. I have reviewed the probable cause section of the citation. I will impose a forfeiture of $98.80. Do you need more than 30 days to pay that?
I do, sir. 2 months would be perfect.
Okay. Can we make it $50
Per month,
each
yes, sir.
month? Well,
Yes, sir.
it'll be 50 and then change.
Sure.
A little less than 50. You'll give
My
me-
payday is on the 1st of every month.
Sure. When should we make his first payment due?
His due date, the final due date would be August 19th. I mean, if he pays, as long as he gets everything paid by the 19th, I don't think.
So you think 2 months is enough?
Yes, sir. $50 a month is fine.
Okay.
However he wants to do that on
Do you want to
July.
do it in chunks, or do you just want to have to pay it all off by August 19th?
Chunks would be fine, 50 apiece.
Okay.
Stop at the police department at any time.
And also, is the address there where I should send a check to?
There should be information on there as to how you pay.
Okay.
You can even do it online.
It's kind of punched together on this form.
Just one more question, sir.
Sure.
Can I just stop in and physically pay here at the police station? Or does it need to go through the clerk of courts?
At the dispatch window, they're open 24 hours a day.
So
7 days
dispatch
a
would be
week,
fine then?
And they'll take any form of payment.
Oh, okay.
So they're available.
Okay, that sounds
Make sure
great, thank you.
Your citation number, that's the. main
Sure.
thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that
All right. You're all set.
Right
Thank
on.
you. Nazif Heta. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Heta, is your last name spelled H-E-T-A?
Vem, jag måste heta
Oh,
Husband is also being a translator for this one.
okay. What language do you speak, ma'am?
Albania.
And again, unfortunately, we do not have an Albanian English interpreter available tonight. Who's this with you?
Her husband.
And what's your name, sir?
Arbner Heta.
Could you spell it, please?
Arbnor.
Thank you. Ms. Heta, are you comfortable going forward tonight with your husband interpreting for you?
Yes.
Have you understood everything I've said so far?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Well,
Yes.
All right.
she understands
Okay.
most of it. She has trouble speaking it back more.
Sure, I understand. If there's anything you don't understand, will you please let me know right away?
Okay.
Okay. And make sure you answer out loud, please.
Okay.
All right. Do you still live on Jackson Street in Stoughton?
Yes.
And you're charged with failure to stop for a school bus. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
The school bus put a stop sign out and you didn't stop it the way you were supposed to, is what the police department is saying.
So she understands she's not here to discuss what happened, but the bus driver also did not follow a rule like they should, so.
Well, all I'm saying is
And there was a camera that was caught on there as well, so.
all I'm saying is, do you understand that this is what you're accused of doing? I'm not saying you
Je
did.
po dha të kuptu që
Po,
ase.
po.
Po falë edhe pak.
Po.
Yeah, she understands.
Okay.
And she understands why she was accused. Now I'm just translating what she's
Yes,
saying,
please.
so you need to hear. And she understands that she needs to stop when that happens. It was just an awkward situation, and she uses that road all the time. She's got kids of her own as
Okay.
well, so.
Mr. Bradkey, does the city have an offer for the defendant, given what has just been said?
Your Honor, the city does not have an offer, but based off of the colloquy, I think that maybe this matter should be just set for a pretrial.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree. Ms. Heta, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and then I will schedule a pretrial conference for you to talk to Mr. Bradkey. Now, it sounds as though communicating in English is going to be difficult for you, so do you have the ability to have your husband or somebody else who's fluent in English help you talk to Mr. Bradkey?
Po thotë që janë të bon që pa vajtuar vetë këto. Tash ti do të me këshirë, po falte pak ka shkortanolja. Do të mi kallëzu që na shkojnë në Kosovë, do të me kry. Yes, I will be translating for whenever this is, but we also are leaving for over to Albania.
Okay.
And just so you guys know, so I don't know when you plan. We leave next Friday.
When will you get back?
We get back August 26th.
Can we give her a later? Sure. Okay. All right, we'll work with that. Just hang on.
Okay.
Normally, these are done in the afternoon. Is that going to work? Since we have to accommodate both of you, is that going to work?
Afternoon.
Yeah, so usually it's like, they're scheduled from 3 to 5, and they're like little 10-minute blocks. So you'll get, on the notice, it'll be like 3 to 10 or something. Is there a time that works better or worse?
It would be better after 4 because.
Okay,
Like
we can do
between
that.
4 and 5 because I work till 3:15, so I would have to come meet her straight here.
No, that's fine. We can do that.
4:30?
4:30?
Oh.
No, you'll have to come back here.
Okay. What number do you have?
They'll go to-
Yep, we'll get you that. Is 4:30 a good time for you both?
Yes, 4:30
Okay.
should be good.
And what's the date going to be?
September 4th.
September 4th.
Okay. At 4:30.
Right.
So she's getting the call, and we both have to be there.
No, you call him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Right, we'll give you this, it's all in writing. We'll give it to
Okay.
you before you leave.
Yes, não pago por dia.
Roger, papai teu.
That's the number you call right there.
Okay.
That is the date.
I'll hang this on my fridge because after vacation you'll forget about this.
Okay, do you understand what you need to do?
Yeah.
Gupta Shakimebo.
Okay.
Yes.
So make that phone call and safe travels.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
You too. Scott Schaefer. Did I pronounce your name correctly, Mr. Schaefer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. And last name is spelled Schafer.
That's right.
Scott with one T.
Correct.
And do you still live on Summit in Stoughton?
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're charged with failure to stop at a stop sign. Do you understand what that means?
I do, yes.
And does the city want to tender an offer to the defendant this evening?
Not right now, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Schaefer, how do you wish to plead?
I guess I'd like to plead not guilty then.
That's fine. We'll schedule you for a pretrial conference over the phone on July 17, and we'll give you an exact date here or time here in just a minute. $4:20 on July 17. So you'll call Mr. Brodkey then to
That's
discuss
perfect.
the case.
That sounds great. Oh,
I
perfect.
wonder if you want to take this number 10 first
Yeah.
and then do the
Yep,
interpretive.
yep, that's what I was gonna do.
Oh, okay. I wondered.
Brian Alsage. Did I pronounce your name correctly, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Alsage, is your name spelled Allsage?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you still live on Bird Street in Sun Prairie?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with operating a motor vehicle while revoked. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, Your Honor.
Means that your license was revoked for some reason and you have not reinstated your privileges and you were driving. Do you know why your license is revoked?
Yeah, Your Honor. I believe in like 2019, I got in an accident, didn't have car insurance, and so the DMV revoked my license because of damage of the vehicle I hit, and I didn't set up payment plans or anything because I'm indigent.
Okay.
Right now.
Do you have the ability to get your driving privileges reinstated anytime in the near future?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
how
didn't-
near?
I have to set up payment plan, I guess, I think, for that incident that happened. And then I have an OWI, so I have to do assessment for that with Trinity Mental Health. I have to do that too.
Okay. Mr. Brodkey, what's the city's position?
Your Honor, Mr. Alsage mentioned that he's indigent, and it's my understanding that there is, under Chapter 800, there is something, a form of some sort regarding an affidavit of that. With respect to, getting the driver's license reinstated, that's the city's #1 goal, is that, if we can get the driver's license reinstated, then, that'd be great. But based off of the back and forth, I don't have a sense for the time horizon on that.
Right. So, Mr. Alsage, the general policy of the city and the court as well is for people to get their driving privileges back, rather than have you driving without a valid license, because that's a problem for you and it's a problem for everybody else as well.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give you time to get your license reinstated, and
I know I have to do assessment for turning mental health because that OWI I had.
Yeah, okay, so let me just finish what I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm willing to give you time to get your license back, and I'm guessing from what Mr. Brodke has just said, that if you do get it back, you might get a better end to all of this than having another citation and more points and another forfeiture that you have to pay, okay?
Yeah.
Mr. Brodke, how about if we set this on for a status in about 90 days? Because if he's got to do the assessment and he's indigent, there are a lot of hoops he's going to have to jump through in order to get all of that done. And I know that that's going to take some time. Does 90 days sound reasonable, or do you want it sooner?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I think that we see this the same way. I think that 90 days for status is about the right amount of time to assess really the progress getting toward there.
Right. So here's the deal. We're going to give you another court date in about 3 months. And if you can demonstrate to Mr. Brodke and to me that you've actually taken some steps towards getting this resolved, towards getting your license back, I'll continue to work with you. But if I don't see any progress has been made in the next 90 days, that'll be a different matter.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Do you understand all that?
Yeah, I completely understand that. Yeah, the problem is that the assessment is like $300.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like, I don't have that money.
I know, it's expensive, and there's a reinstatement fee as well.
There's a lot
And
of money.
if you have unpaid forfeitures, you're going to have to take care of those as well.
Yeah, I know.
Which means if you haven't set up payment plans to do that, you need to do that and then start actually paying some money.
Yeah, Your Honor.
So, okay.
Does he have to enter a plea for this?
I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, just so that we have a plea. And again, as I said, we'll continue to work with you, but your end of the deal is you've got to make some progress.
Yeah, I'll call the DMV and see if they can like email me some information on exactly what I have to do. You know what I mean? I kind of have an idea. You know what I mean?
Yes, contact DMV is your first step. Find out what all you need to do, and then start working on getting it done. I know you're not going to get everything done in 90 days, but if you show that you're making some progress towards it, I'll continue to give you more time to work on it, okay?
I understand.
Right, we'll give you a new date, September 11th at 6 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Is she with him?
I think she's with them.
Okay.
I don't know if they're related or. There was a gentleman that came in late.
Oh,
Biggs.
Yeah, he's-
Did you want to pull the translator
Biggs?
first? Biggs. He
Yeah.
hadn't checked in. He was late. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have a date on the citation? Yeah, well, let's.
should we go?
Yep.
Do you need me?
Your Honor, I'm curious, Ms. Larson here has explained to me that she wishes to contest the citation, but maybe doesn't have the date. So I'm wondering if we should just go through, if it's okay with you, Ms. Larson, let's go through the rest of the pre-trials and maybe we could have a short discussion about that, or if Ms. Larson could go to the Ms. Geisma to talk about that.
I'll get my paperwork together and I'll
Did
contact
Ms.
you,
Larson
sir.
check in with us?
No, sir. This is previous, and I was just gonna ask you this card. I'll just check in with you at a later date.
But if you, let's
That's
just,
fine.
Can you stick around for, until Ashton's ready to go?
My children are getting the babysitter.
Got it, okay. So just, yeah, give me a call and we can look in the court and figure out if we need to do anything.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right,
Thanks.
thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Sorry, Your Honor.
No, that's okay. All right. Who should we call first? Mendoza Salvador. Alan Mendoza Salvador.
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID.
Just hang on.
Okay.
Welcome to Language Line Solutions. Please enter your 6-digit client ID.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I need the interpreter's oath.
Oh, yeah.
For Spanish, press 1. For
Oh, here we go.
please enter access code followed by the pound sign.
Thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. This is Alejandra, ID 405263. I'll be your Spanish interpreter today. I'm proud to serve you. This call may be monitored for training and quality assurance purposes.
All right, this is Judge Dirks, Stoughton Municipal Court. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm about to call the cases involving City of Stoughton, excuse me, versus Alan Mendoza Salvador. He's in the courtroom here and he's requested a Spanish-English interpreter. Are you prepared to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Could you raise your right hand, please?
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear that you will well and truly interpret, do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret truly, accurately, completely, and impartially from Spanish into English and from English into Spanish?
Yes, I swear.
All right. Then I'm going to address the defendant here. Mr. Mendoza Salvador, is your name correctly spelled on the citation?
Señor Mendoza Saldívar, ¿está deletreado correctamente su nombre en el citatorio?
Sí, me llamo Alan Mendoza Saldívar.
Yes, my name is Alan Mendoza Saldívar.
Thank you. And do you still live on Kingston Drive in Madison?
¿Y todavía vive en la calle Kingston Drive y Madison?
Sí.
Mr. Thank you. Mr. Mendoza Salvador, you're charged with 3 different violations. The first of these...
Señor Mendoza.
I'm sorry, go ahead, interpreter.
Señor Mendoza Saldívar está acusado de 3 cargos diferentes.
Ajá, sí.
The first is speeding by 17 miles per hour over the posted limit.
El primero es manejar a alta velocidad por 17 millas sobre el límite que estaba postulado.
That means you were driving 17 miles per hour faster than the allowed speed limit. Do you understand that?
Eso quiere decir que estaba 17 millas sobre el límite marcado. ¿Sí entiende eso?
Sí.
The second citation alleges that you were operating a motor vehicle without required insurance. Do you understand what that means?
El segundo citatorio dice que estaba operando un vehículo de motor sin el seguro requerido. ¿Sí entiende eso?
Sí.
And then
Yes.
finally, you're charged with operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Do you understand that?
Y por último, está acusado de manejar un vehículo de motor sin una licencia de conducir válida. ¿Sí entiende ese cargo?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Brodkey, is the city prepared to make an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, with respect to 2 of the 3 citations, and on the third, I have a question for him.
Okay, let the interpreter say what you just did.
Your Honor, this is the interpreter. I apologize. It was a little bit low. I could barely hear him.
I'm sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
The city is prepared to make an offer regarding the, excuse me, does the defendant have insurance now, is the question the city has.
Okay. Si la ciudad está listo a hacer una oferta, pero necesitamos saber si el acusado tiene seguro ahora.
No tengo seguro.
No, I don't have insurance.
How about the driver's license?
¿Y la licencia de conducir?
Tampoco. Que ahorita no tengo trabajo y me quedé sin trabajo y ahorita no.
I don't have that either. I just started working.
Okay. Can the defendant get insurance and a driver's license within the next 2 months?
Okay. ¿Y usted, acusado, piensa que puede obtener un seguro y licencia de conducir dentro de los 2 próximos meses?
No, porque he aplicado muchos trabajos y ahorita no tengo dinero para poder sacar el pago del carro y no sé cómo hacerle. Porque ando aplicando, pero no encuentro trabajo.
No, because I still don't have a steady job. I put in lots of applications, but I haven't really found anything. I don't think I could make the payments for the car.
So let's talk about the driver's license first. Could you get the driver's license in the next 2 months?
Okay, entonces vamos a hablar sobre la licencia de conducir primero. ¿Piensa que la podría conseguir dentro de los próximos 2 meses?
No, que ya no, que no la puedo conseguir la licencia. Que es muy complicado para mí.
No. No, I can't get a driver's license.
And for the insurance, it's that you would not be able to pay the insurance premiums?
¿Y para el seguro es porque no podría hacer los pagos de la prima mensual?
Es como le digo que ahorita no estoy trabajando, pero digo que no tengo dinero y pues ahorita ya me quedé sin carro, mi carro se me descompuso y la vez que vine en el que me pasé el stop no vi que había un stop ahí y como yo no conozco aquí, la primera vez que manejé aquí porque fui a un trabajo que me mandaron para acá, vine a trabajar por acá y yo no sabía los límites del límite que venía para acá y no me di cuenta, venía un poco despistado y no vi, yo nomás vi que venía el policía que me paró.
No, it's too expensive, and right now I've already lost my car because of my job, and I actually was here for my other job, and I don't know the state, so I didn't know what the speed limit was, and I wasn't really paying attention until I seen that I got pulled over.
Your Honor, here's sort of my sense of it. You mentioned before about how what the city's interested in, you were correct in noting this, is that people have their driving privileges and their insurance up to date. I've not heard an explanation for why those things can't happen. I think that the city would be open to holding those 2 citations open for 2 months to see if he provides proof of either, the city would dismiss those citations. That would be with respect to those 2 citations. And the third, for the speeding, I think that the city would be willing to amend that to 1 to 10, which would be a 3-point deduction, and keep the forfeiture at 124.
Okay, hang on. That's probably an awful lot for the interpreter.
Yes, I apologize, I forgot.
Yeah, let's start over, please.
Yep. So I have not heard an explanation for why we cannot get a driver's license or the insurance.
Okay, no, estamos pidiendo la explicación por qué no puede conseguir la licencia de conducir ni el seguro.
Yeah, and it is the city's prerogative for people to have their insurance and driver's license.
Y es parte de la ciudad que la gente tenga sus documentaciones, su seguro y documentación en lugar.
So for that reason, the city would be willing to hold open the insurance and driver's license citations for 2 months.
Por ese motivo, la ciudad estaría dispuesto a dejar el caso abierto sobre el seguro y la licencia de conducir por 6 meses.
With respect to the speeding ticket, the city would be willing to amend that to 1 to 10 miles per hour over, carrying a 3-point deduction.
Y para lo de la velocidad, pediríamos que pagara dentro de 1 a 10 meses y con una deducción de 3 puntos de la licencia.
Mr. Mendoza Salvidar, do you understand all of that?
Señor Mendoza Saldívar, ¿sí entendió todo eso?
Ok, dice que lo del, ¿cómo dice? Lo del otro que dice que en 10 meses tengo que pagar, ¿qué?
¿Perdón?
¿Qué me dijo la pregunta que me mandó hace ratito el juez? Que no escuché bien.
I apologize, this is the interpreter. He's asking me to repeat the question.
Sure.
Sí, sí entendió todo lo que acabamos de decir.
Tipo, oye, ¿cómo voy a poder conseguir la licencia si es muy difícil conseguir la licencia?
I just don't know how I would be able to get my driver's license.
Yo no soy ciudadano aquí para poder sacar papeles. Oh.
Mr. Bradkey.
¿O cómo son los pagos? ¿O cómo son los pagos? Para poder pagarlo en cuánto tiempo. No sé.
Or how would the payments be set up? Like, I could pay it within time.
That's possible, but let's find out what the city wants to do here first.
Eso es posible, pero vamos a ver qué es lo que quiere hacer la ciudad primero.
Okay.
So, Mr. Bradkey, what does the city want to do? I'm hearing that the defendant can't get insurance and can't get a driver's license anytime soon. Interpreter?
Señor Bratsky, ¿qué es lo que quiere hacer la ciudad? Me parece que el acusado dice que no puede conseguir una licencia de conducir o un seguro en un tiempo corto.
Your Honor, the city would like to provide an opportunity for those things to happen. However, if that is not going to happen, then the city would be willing to just amend the forfeiture amounts or advise the court that the city would accept a $98.80 forfeiture for each and allow the defendant to have a payment plan that would work with respect to all 3 citations.
Su Majestad, la ciudad está recomendando entonces que se haga una modificación y se haga un cargo de $98.80 por cada una de las modificaciones que vamos a hacer por cada uno de los cargos.
Okay.
Mr. Mendoza Salvidar, is that what you want to do?
Señor Mendoza Saldívar, ¿eso le gustaría hacer usted?
Sí, más que, pero ¿cuántos serían los pagos? Porque ¿cuánto se pagaría al mes o no sé, de cada?
Yes, would I be able to pay that like monthly or?
Yes.
Sí.
Cada mes. Pues es cada mes, ¿verdad? No, ¿cómo está?
Okay, so every month?
That would be the plan.
Y eso es lo que planearíamos.
Entonces sería $90 cada papel o por todo, cada 90 por los tres.
And that would be $90 for each paper or for all of it together?
It would be $98.80 on each of the three. That would be a total of $296.40.
Serían $98.80 para cada uno de los tres. Entonces sería un total de $296.40.
¿Y cuándo podría pagar eso? ¿Cuándo sería el pago de eso para poderlo pagar? Es que como ahorita no estoy trabajando, pero si puedo conseguir el dinero, pues lo puedo pagar completo, así es que puedo conseguir el dinero antes de la fecha.
Okay. And when would I have to make the first payment? Because since I just started working, I would need to know by what date I would have to pay it.
Sure. When would he start?
Let's start the first of the month, so if we did August 1st.
Okay. If we start payments on August 1st, would that work?
¿Estaría bien si podemos empezar los pagos el 1 de agosto?
1 de agosto, sí está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
August 1st.
So, Mr. Mendoza Saldivar, how do you plead on each of the three citations? Excuse me, let me back up. On the city's motion, I will amend the speeding citation to allege 1 to 10 miles per hour over the posted limit.
Bueno, señor Mendoza Saldívar, para el cargo de la ciudad voy a poner la modificación de la velocidad, que es tal vez de 1 a 10 millas más arriba de la velocidad permitida.
So, Mr. Mendoza Saldivar, how do you plead on each of the three citations now?
Okay, entonces, señor Mendoza Saldívar, ¿cómo se declara para los tres citatorios ahora?
¿Cómo dice?
¿Cómo?
No le escucho cómo dijo, no le entendí. Como que...
¿Cómo se declara para cada una de las tres citatorios ahora?
¿Por el cual me siento culpable? ¿O cómo?
I plead guilty.
All right. Give me just a minute to look at the reports.
Ok, deme un minuto nomás para ver el reporte.
Sí.
I will adopt the city's recommendation and, well, hang on. Mr. Mendoza Saldivar, is there anything else you want to tell me about the case before I impose a forfeiture?
Señor Mendoza Saldívar, ¿hay algo más que me quiere decir sobre el caso antes de que meta la modificación?
Ahora que cuando yo estaba manejando, estaba un poquito despistado, pero yo no vi que había un stop, y como yo no conozco la ciudad aquí en Stoughton, y como fue la primera vez que venía para trabajar, venía a hacer un trabajo por acá, y pues no sabía cuánto era el límite aquí, como a veces el GPS se trababa en mi teléfono, en el GPS, pues no me decía que era 55, pero yo iba como a 60, pero me dijo el policía que era 45 el límite ahí, pero no vi, mi GPS se quedó ahí, como a veces se atascan por los árboles, las interferencias, a veces se traba el celular y pues no vi el stop no lo vi, ese sí yo no vi que me había pasado el stop, porque no vi ningún stop, pero pues si había un stop, pues había un stop, pero no, yo no vi un stop ahí, pues me quedé así como que, fue el stop, me pasé y como no sé las millas que iba ahí, yo iba a 60, pero no vi que yo era 45 ahí en el límite, por eso digo.
This was my first time in the city, and I had not even seen the stop sign or anything until the GPS trooper pulled me over, and I think I was going 60, and he said it was 45, but I didn't know that the speed limit was different. It was my first time being here for work, and so I scooted over, but I didn't even see the stop sign or anything else.
All right, I will impose a forfeiture of $98.80, inclusive of costs, on each of the citations.
Okay, voy a incluir entonces la modificación para cada uno de los 3 citatorios de $98.80.
Entonces serían 98 en total, por los 3, por, no sé, o cómo.
And could you tell me how much the total would be, or how was that?
$296.40.
$296.40.
Tengo que pagarlo en el primer día del mes. Tiene que ser
And I have to pay that on the first of the month?
Starting on the 1st of the month, how much can you pay each month?
Empezando el primer día del mes. ¿Cuánto es lo que puede pagar por mes?
Que ahorita no estoy trabajando y pues si son 200, pues a ver cómo consigo el dinero, a ver si me lo pueden prestar y pues yo poder pagarlo. Si son 200, pues pago completo el dinero, los 200 y ya lo que me piden. Porque ahorita nomás tengo como $40 en mi tarjeta y ahorita no tengo mucho, yo nomás tengo $40 en cash, en tarjeta pues. Es lo único que tengo en bolsa ahorita.
Well, right now I'm not working, so it's 200. I would have to find a way to come up with the money. Right now I only have $40 on my card. That's all I have is $40.
Are you working right now?
¿Ahorita está trabajando?
No, yo tengo como casi 2 meses sin trabajar. Esa fue la última vez que trabajé, la vez que vine en el estado fue la última vez que trabajé. Porque mi carro se descompuso y yo estoy en mi casa y es muy difícil conseguir. Le digo a mis amigos y pues nadie me pela y pues mi cuesta, yo a veces aplico por internet, pero pues no sale nada y yo pues ando desesperado, ando un poco estresado del trabajo y yo sin carro no se puede mover. Yo pues el dinero me lo puedo gastar lo poquito, puedo ir a aplicar a otros lugares con el bus, pero pues ese dinero se va a acabar, ¿me entiendes? Pero pues yo he aplicado en varios trabajos, pero no me aceptan. Y pues la última vez que trabajé, la vez que me agarró que me paró el policía, fue la última vez que vine para acá, ese fue mi último día de trabajo, porque yo no sabía que me iban a despedir, o me dijo el señor que ahorita no necesitaba gente para el trabajo, y pues me dijo que me imaginé que ya no me quería para trabajar, y ya fue el último día que trabajé.
So, it's been about 2 months. It was actually the last time that I was here, and I've been just at my house because my car also broke down, and my friends don't help me out. I don't really have anybody, and I've been putting in applications through the internet, but I'm a little bit desperate and stressed out because they usually don't respond, and I know I can probably take a bus, but it's going to take a while. But the last time that I worked was the same day that I got pulled over by the police because the work was already really slow, and I figured that they were going to fire me, so that was the last day I went to work.
What sort of work do you usually do?
¿Qué tipo de trabajo hace usualmente?
Pues lo que he más trabajado pues es limpiando casas o limpiando, pues limpieza es lo que más he hecho limpiando. Nunca me he dedicado así como trabajar a construcción, no es lo mío porque pues ahí yo nunca casi he trabajado, trabajo más en limpieza, como pues, es lo que me ha durado en limpieza, en lo que más me dedico a limpiar casas, departamentos o edificios.
I've been mostly working in cleaning, cleaning houses or buildings. I did a little bit of construction, but most of my job is cleaning houses and offices.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order you to pay $30 a month starting on August 1st. And if you can get it paid sooner than the 10 months that would take, that's great. But you must pay $30 a month starting August 1st. Do you understand that?
Okay, entonces esto es lo que le voy a poner. Va a tener que hacer pagos de $30 al mes, empezando el 1 de agosto. Y si puede pagarlo antes de los 10 meses que se va a tomar para pagarlo por completo, estaría bien. Pero sí tiene que pagar por lo mínimo $30 al mes. ¿Sí entiende eso?
Sí, está bien. Sí, pues si lo pago antes, pues mejor para mí, porque a mí no me gusta tampoco de ver, lo que nunca me gusta de ver a las cortes, eso es lo que nunca me ha gustado, siempre me gusta dar mis pagos. Es la primera vez que me está pagando cosas feas, ¿verdad? Pero siempre me gusta, yo siempre pago me gusta pagar antes, así como las cosas de tickets y todo eso me gusta pagar antes siempre, nunca he debido nada de eso, es la primera vez que me están pagando cosas muy feas ahorita, pero pues siempre hay unas rachas buenas y malas, ¿verdad? Como siempre, ¿verdad? Pero pues yo sí de pagar los 30 está bien, pero si lo pago antes mejor, pues a ver si puedo conseguir ese dinero y pagarlo antes, ¿me entiendes?
Okay, yes, I can do that. I would like to pay it sooner than that, and if I can, I will, because I don't like to owe money, especially for tickets and stuff like this. It's just right now I'm going through a really hard time. But the $30 is fine, and if I can get the money from somewhere else, or if I come up with it before then, I will pay it off earlier.
Okay, very good.
Okay, muy bien.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. And interpreter, we have another case for you as well.
Okay.
So don't go away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
The next case is our city versus Perez Ramirez. And interpreter, you're still under oath.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Perez Ramirez, you are charged with 2 citations, the first of which is operating without a valid driver's license. Do you understand what that means?
Señor Pérez Ramírez tiene 2 citatorios. El primero es por operar un vehículo sin licencia de conducir válida.
Es correcto, sí, acá tengo la citación. Pero pues,
Yes, that's right, I have the application here.
pero pues tengo mi licencia, pues fue como un error.
But I do have a driver's license, so that was an error.
Okay, so just a minute. And then the second citation is for speeding by 20 miles per hour or more over the posted limit.
Okay. Entonces lo vemos en un minuto y el segundo citatorio es por ir más de 20 millas arriba del límite.
Do you understand that?
¿Entiende ese cargo?
Sí, el segundo citatorio, sí, el segundo.
Yes, I've agreed to the second one.
All right. And do you still live on Pheasant Lane in Middleton?
¿Y todavía vive por la Pleasant Lane y Middleton?
Es correcto, sí, esa es mi dirección. De hecho, es la misma dirección que tengo en la licencia, 6327 Pleasant Lane, Middleton, Wisconsin.
Yes, and actually that's the same address that appears on my driver's license.
Perdón, lo que pasa es que tengo un poco de gripe.
011.
Tengo un poco de gripe, entonces me dificulta un poco hablar, ¿sí?
All right. Mr. Perez Ramirez, if you have, do you have your driver's license with you?
Ok, señor Pérez Ramírez, ¿trae su licencia de conducir con usted?
Can you show it to the city attorney, please?
Sí, acá la tengo, ya se la acabo de pasar en sus manos.
¿Se lo puede pasar al abogado de la
Sí,
ciudad, por favor?
se la acabo de pasar, sí, se la acabo de pasar. De hecho, pues mi licencia está activa porque yo opero como driver. Yo me dedico, yo soy repartidor de Amazon y de Uber, ¿sí? Entonces, pues tengo mi licencia. Si no tuviera mi licencia, créeme que no trabajaría de esa forma que trabajo. Mi licencia está totalmente activa.
Okay. And actually, that's what I do. I am a driver. I work for Uber, so that's my work. I do have to have a valid driver's license to have that job.
Mr. Brodkey, does the city have an offer for Mr. Perez Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Señor Bradkey, ¿tienen una oferta para el señor Pérez Ramírez?
Yes, Your Honor. The city is willing to dismiss the driver's license citation, and the city is willing to amend the speeding citation to 16 to 19 miles per hour over, and reduce the forfeiture to 124.
Sí, señoría, la ciudad va a retirar el cargo de manejar sin licencia de conducir y nos gustaría modificar el otro citatorio a 15 a 19 millas sobre la velocidad.
Bueno, es que realmente, a ver, le explico. Perdón, que tengo un poco de gripe, ¿sí? Perdón. Le explico. El motivo de que el policía me detuvo ese día, yo estaba operando como driver, ¿sí? Porque de hecho hasta tengo mi uniforme de Amazon, en este momento. Ese día me detuvo porque él estaba en su derecho de detenerme y yo en mi deber, en mi derecho de darme la voz de alto y yo en mi deber de detenerme. Pero yo considero de que tal vez fue que pudo haber habido una confusión porque delante de mí iban dos carros y detrás de mí iba otro carro. Yo considero que yo no iba a ese exceso de velocidad que me está inculpando acá, pero para eso pues vine aquí y estoy acá en la corte en este momento.
And if I can explain, and I apologize, I'm a little under the weather right now, but when I was pulled over, I was actually at my work as a driver. I was even wearing the uniform, and I'm not sure why he pulled me over. I don't think that I was going that fast because there was a car in front of me and there was a car behind me as well, and we were all going the same limit, so I don't think I was going that much over the speed limit.
Mr. Perez Ramirez, do you understand the offer from the city?
Señor Pérez Ramírez, ¿sí
Sí.
entendió la oferta que le está haciendo la ciudad, el municipio?
¿Cómo dice?
¿Entendió la oferta que le está dando la ciudad?
¿Cuál es la oferta que me dice que me hace? Perdón.
What was the offer that they wanted to make again?
Sure. The city is moving, excuse me, the city is moving to dismiss the driver's license violation, and they're willing to amend the speeding to 16 miles per hour over the posted limit and recommend a forfeiture of $124. So instead of a 6-point ticket, it would be a 4-point ticket.
Entonces, la ciudad está queriendo retirar el cargo de conducir sin licencia de conducir y quieren hacer una modificación para el otro citatorio que dice que nomás iba 16 millas arriba del límite que sería un pago de 124, que quiere decir que eso lo baja de un citatorio de 6 puntos a uno de 4.
Está bien, pero realmente, realmente esto, ya perdón, realmente pues me afecta porque, a ver, le quiero explicar algo, ya que yo opero como driver, no me sirve, no me conviene que me quede sin puntos en mi licencia, porque si no me voy a quedar sin trabajo, ¿me entiende? Yo no tengo ningún problema en pagar la multa, o sea, en pagar la multa, pero los puntos, mi trabajo depende de mi licencia, y si me quedo sin puntos, créeme que me quedo sin trabajo.
Really, and I apologize, but this is going to affect me because I am a driver and that's how I make my living, and I have no problem paying the money. I just don't want points, because if I have enough points and that my license gets taken away, I won't have a job.
What's the city's thoughts?
Your
Es lo que
Honor,
piensa la ciudad.
Your Honor, a 4-point deduction is reasonable. I'm unaware of what points he has on his license now. To the extent that he may be concerned about accruing more points, I would advise to drive carefully.
Su señoría, no estoy seguro con cuántos puntos va a quedar, pero si eso es algo que le preocupa, entonces yo le aconsejaría que veamos eso.
All right, well, on the city's motion, I'm going to dismiss the citation for operating without a valid driver's license.
Entonces, el registro que pidió la ciudad para retirar el citatorio de conducir sin licencia de conducir válida, lo voy a aceptar.
And then with respect to the speeding citation, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on the defendant's behalf and set the matter for a pretrial conference on July 17th. And Mr. Perez Ramirez will give you a written notice of that pretrial conference.
Okay. Y para el otro cargo de velocidad, voy a poner por parte del acusado una declaración de no culpable, y vamos a tener un antejuicio el día 17 de julio y le mandaremos una confirmación a usted, señor Pérez Ramírez, por escrito, con la confirmación de esa fecha.
Ok, entonces quisiera saber en qué me va a afectar en cuanto a los puntos de perdón, en cuanto a los puntos de mi licencia.
Okay,
Ya le explico, ya que yo me cuido mucho en cuanto a mi licencia. ¿Por qué? Porque yo poseo una condición médica un poco delicada, y a lo único que me dedico es a manejar, porque no puedo hacer fuerza, no puedo hacer esfuerzo físico, entonces me dedico a manejar, por lo cual yo trato de cuidar mi récord que tengo con mi licencia, ¿ves? Entonces créeme que si, como le digo, me quedo sin puntos, me quedo sin licencia, me quedo sin trabajo y enfermo.
Yeah, so I just would like to know how that's going to affect my points, because, believe me, I have a medical condition, orthopedic. That's why I'm a driver for a living. And if I gain my points and I lose my driver's license, I'll be without a job, and then I'll end up without a car, and I can't do that.
I understand. I'm going to give you a chance to meet with Mr. Brodkey, to call Mr. Brodkey and see if you can come to an agreement. If not, then we'll set the matter for trial.
Entiendo. Entonces le voy a dar una oportunidad de que hable con el señor Brodkey, a ver si pueden llegar a algún acuerdo y si acaso no pueden llegar a un acuerdo, entonces lo llevaremos a juicio.
¿Al señor qué, disculpe?
Mr. Who?
Mr.
Is that
Brodkey.
I'm gonna talk to?
Ah, ya, ok.
Okay, so be sure that you call him at the time we've given you and see if you can work something out. Because if you don't make that call, we'll assume that you don't want to contest the matter anymore and you'll be found guilty.
Ok, entonces nomás asegúrese de que le hable a la hora que nosotros le digamos, porque si no habla cuando lo tengamos citado para que hable, vamos a pensar que ya no quiere pelear este asunto y lo vamos a encontrar culpable.
¿Y cuándo me van a llamar, disculpe?
And when is he going to call me?
No, you call him.
No, usted lo tiene que llamar a él.
¿Cuándo?
And when would that be?
Ya. Acá, ya disculpe. Acá tengo la marcación, acá tengo la fecha 17 de julio del 2024 a las 4 p.m. Debo llamar a...
Okay, so I have it here that says July 17th at 4 in the afternoon. I have to call.
Yes.
Where do I call?
4:30. A él. Debo llamarlo a él. Ok, ya.
The phone number is on the form you just
ok,
were given.
Este es el número de teléfono suyo. Ok, ya.
Ahí viene el número de teléfono en el formulario que le acabamos de dar.
Ok, sí, ya, entonces yo me comunicaré con el señor abogado en esa fecha, ¿sí?
Okay, then I'll speak to the attorney on that day.
Okay, now, you will probably have to have your own interpreter on your end of the phone. Or, sorry,
There's the translation line. We usually use that.
okay, fantastic, okay. Mr. Brodkey says that the city will arrange for an interpreter for that phone call, okay?
Y el señor Bradley dice que ellos van a acomodar para que tenga una intérprete para esa llamada.
Ok, para esa llamada. Ya, muy bien, sí, porque el de abogado pues habla inglés y yo hablo español, no, él no me va a entender el día que lo llame, ¿sí?
Yes, because I see the attorney doesn't speak Spanish and I don't speak English, so that would be nice.
Ya.
That's
Ya.
awfully presumptuous.
Ya. Sí, ya tengo. Gracias, de verdad, disculpe, pero es la realidad, pero no hablo ni un poquitico inglés, imagínate, no me va a entender.
And thank you so much, but it's the truth, I don't speak any English.
That's fine, that's fine.
Ya, ok. Está bien. ¿Sería todo entonces?
Muy bien.
All right,
Is that everything then?
that's it for tonight then, thank you.
Ya.
Sí, eso sería todo por esta noche. Gracias.
Ok, gracias. Que tengan buenas tardes y de verdad gracias por todo.
All right, you have a great afternoon and thank you so much for everything.
Ok,
All
bye.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
interpreter,
Gracias.
that's it for you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for using our service. Have a great day.
Yep. Are you Mr. Biggs?
Yep, yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Biggs, your last name is spelled correctly on the citation,
Yes, B-I-G-G-S.
and your address is also correct?
Yes.
Okay. You're charged with underage drinking or possession of alcohol. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, sir.
And are you, well, let me back up. The way that the city and the court are typically willing to handle cases like this is if you go through an alcohol and other drug assessment and complete any treatment that's recommended, the matter would be disposed of differently than otherwise. Mr. Brodkey, do you want to try to explain any of that to him?
Yes, Your Honor. I think that the city's perspective is that if you were to complete that course, and I think that there was some, maybe this isn't aligned with the court's perspective, but I think that from the city's perspective, if you were to complete that course, the city would dismiss the citation.
Okay.
Not suspend the licenses.
Right. So, yeah, I get what the city is saying is that if you were to undergo an alcohol and other drug assessment and complete any treatment, they would move to dismiss the citation, so there'd be no penalty at all. I can't promise that's necessarily what I would do. My inclination probably would be to impose no penalty, but the conviction stays on the record.
Okay.
So, but we'll fight that when we get that far. We can give you some information on how to do that assessment and complete any treatment. And we'll give you a deadline of September 17th to get that done. So there's information on places you can contact, phone numbers, all of that stuff. Have you started any treatment already? Okay.
What
Is
if I
that
just
something
paid
you're
it?
interested in doing?
I could just pay it too. So
You don't want to do the treatment?
I might not have time to be honest, with work. I'm so busy, so.
Okay. What's the city's thoughts?
Your Honor, the alternative in my mind was that 187 seems a little high. I think we could do 149 and 20 cents, which I think aligns on that court cost sheet to make sense.
149.20?
Yep.
Mr. Biggs, is that what you want to do?
I can do that right now.
Okay, then how do you want to plead?
No contest, sir.
All right, let me just review the police reports here. Where do you work?
I'm starting my own business this year.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Doing what?
Masonry, landscape, tile, flooring.
Okay, well, two things. First of all, obviously, you're not old enough to be drinking beer legally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
But what's perhaps even worse is that you're boating and drinking, and that's really dangerous.
Okay.
I mean, not just to any other boats that might be out there, but particularly to you. What kind of a boat was it?
It was a John boat, small one.
Yeah, so you're not going fast, obviously, but...
I was on a slow no wake in a river, so.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not safe.
I know. I was just trying to enjoy my day after work.
I get it, but you got a ways to go until you're 21, and even if you're 21, you shouldn't be drinking in the boat.
No.
Finally, you were found to be in possession of THC. Now, you're in Dane County, where for a very long time, the position of the DA's office has been that they typically don't prosecute small amounts of possession of marijuana. I can tell you, though, that's not the policy all over the state. It's still illegal. And if this had happened in several counties I can think of up north, where you're fishing and they find you in possession of alcohol and marijuana, you'd be looking at going to jail. So don't do that.
I won't.
Okay.
No.
Well, I will accept your plea. I'll find you guilty. I'll impose a forfeiture of, did the city say 149.20?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll impose that. Do you need more than 30 days to pay that?
Oh.
Okay. We'll give you a copy of the judgment with information on how to pay, and then you can be on your way.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. All right, and then I think we had Mr. Hammis on for 6 o'clock.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, before we get to Mr. Hammis, for any of the other citations where there has been no appearance and the forfeitures have not been paid, I will impose judgment by default and order by way of penalty the forfeitures listed on the various citations. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Brodkey, I'll now call City versus James Hammis. I will note the defendant has not appeared. My understanding is that he was given notice of today's hearing a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Exact date I can look it up.
That's okay. But he did get notice. What's the city's position?
Your Honor, the last time that Mr. Hammis was before this court, I believe was April 17th. I was on leave at the time. I did not attend that. I don't believe that the court requested attendance by the city at that hearing. I understand that Mr. Hammis has been, I've watched the video. I have a general sort of sense. But I think that for today's purposes, to be frank, it would benefit me and ultimately the city if we just had a status conference in a month to get sort of things, to get my kind of bearings in a row on where things stand on this issue.
All right. I also note that he has a lot of unpaid forfeitures. I'm going to order that all of these matters be called on July 17th at 6 o'clock, and that Mr. Hammis appear in person. Yep, thank you. And then we'll see what we see.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Then we're adjourned.
So, what?